Gang stalking is a spiritual attack. Spiritual attacks are the primary tools of the false matrix in trying to prevent humans from evolving into their full potential. The attack is called a spiritual attack because it is a fear-based attack that's targeted towards the human spirit. The human being is made up of the body, the mind, and the life energies. The body is the physical aspect of a human being. It is the vessel that humans use to navigate this journey called life. The mind is the mental aspect of a human being, which gives us the ability to think and imagine. The life energy is the energy of creation that powers everything in existence. It is the same energy that gives life to the human avatar. This energy is the aspect of humans that's been referred to by many cultures around the world as the human spirit. It is the God force that exists within every human, which is why the wisdom keepers of the world have always said that we humans are gods. Now, this life energy, as I've just mentioned earlier, exists in every piece of creation across the universe, but it exists in different states of awareness. Example, animals also have spirits, but they're not as conscious as humans, so their lives is mostly managed by nature. We humans, on the other hand, have evolved to a point where we become a more conscious expression of this energy. And because of that, we've acquired the abilities to consciously take charge of the next stages in our evolution. So nature, in its beautiful grace, has given us the responsibility to manage the next phases of our evolution to some extent, which is why humans are able to create the life they wish to lead through manifestation. Now, what is the evolution process in this next stage of the human development? Well, the evolution process is what we know today as manifestation. And I'd like to add conscious to the word manifestation in this case, because manifestation could also mean regression if done unconsciously. So then, what is conscious manifestation? Conscious manifestation, in simple terms, is the art of aligning your life energies with the life you wish to create. Let me give you an example. Let's say at some point in your life, you got fed up with mediocrity and decided to evolve into a phenomenal leader. How would you typically achieve that? First, you create a thought. In other words, you think of an idea that's going to eventually put you in a position of leadership. So thought is the first step in manifestation. What do you do next? You start taking actions toward your thoughts. Why are you acting upon your thoughts? Well, the reason is because you want to fully align your thoughts with this new idea. So you came up with a brilliant idea in your quest to become a leader. But to focus your mind on this idea and fully align your thought with it, you have to constantly act upon it. So action becomes the next crucial step in manifestation. Now, why are you aligning your thoughts with this new idea? Well, the answer to that question is because you want your life energies to get in alignment with it. See, your thoughts do not create your manifestations. I know that's the common narrative, but that's not how it works. For manifestation to happen, you have to be a vibrational match to that which you want to manifest. In other words, you have to get in energetic alignment with it. So technically, your life energy is the force that creates your manifestation, not your thoughts. But you see, the easiest way to move your life energies in this physical form is to move your thoughts, because your life energies will always flow in the direction of your thoughts. Energy flows where attention goes. Once your thoughts, actions, and life energies get in alignment with this new idea, you become a vibrational match to it and it becomes your new reality. That is how you become the phenomenal leader that you wish to become. So these three tools, thoughts, actions, and life energies, are the most important tools that are available for humans to use in the human evolution process. Now, why is all this important to the attacker's fear strategy in gang stalking? Well, here's why. Gang stalking is an attack on the human spirit, which is why it's called a spiritual attack. In other words, it is an attack on the life energies. The entities that are behind these attacks understand everything I just told you and more. They know how manifestation works, and they know that humans have the ability to create anything through manifestation. These entities do not have these capabilities, so they use humans to manifest for them. They've controlled and enslaved the human race since the early stages of the human development, when humans were mostly unaware of their divine nature. So they still see the human race as a slave race today. Their strategy is simple. Humans have the ability to manifest, and they have three tools available to them in this process: the body, the mind, and the life energies. Whatever they focus their minds towards eventually manifests. So here's how we control them. Let's focus their minds on the things we want them to create. And the way we do this is by indoctrinating them from a very early age. Now, What if someday humans become aware of these abilities and start to create a different reality for themselves? What do we do in that case? Well, in that case, we purposely refocus their minds towards fear. And the way we do that is by using their own manifestation capabilities against them. They have three tools to work with: the body, the mind, and the life energies. The first thing we do is craft a strategy to constantly endanger the body. By constantly endangering the body, we can trap the mind in the state of fear. And by focusing the mind on fear, we can eventually move their life energies towards fear and cause them to constantly manifest negativity and fear without them realizing it. So the plan is simple. Most humans will never realize that they have these abilities, so they'll remain trapped for the rest of their lives. The ones that eventually wake up to these abilities, we craft a strategy to constantly endanger their bodies. That way we can trap their minds in the state of fear and keep them focused on negativity and fear. This strategy to constantly endanger the human body and trap the mind in the state of fear is what gang stalking is. The attacker's goal in gang stalking is to saturate the life of the target with multiple activities that not only endanger the target, but also create maximum confusion and chaos in the life of a target. And they're using a combination of multiple physical activities and demonic attacks to achieve this goal. Typically, the first thing you will notice is being followed around by people. These people could include people that you already know or total strangers. They could include children, adults, sound people, mad people, people with physical disabilities, etc., etc. Out of nowhere, these people will flood your life and start to show up everywhere you go. You will also start to notice a lot of strange activities happening around you in these moments, and these activities will be different for different people. Example, you may come back from work in the evening and meet your door wide open when you're 100% sure that you locked it in the morning before leaving. You may start to receive calls from people that call you and just hold the line without saying anything. You may start to receive an abnormally high rate of money requests from families, friends, and loved ones. This is usually part of a financial attack strategy to siphon your finances and make you financially unstable. You may start to notice multiple attempts to hack into your computer or other electronic devices. This is usually part of a cyber attack strategy to steal important data that can be used in their propaganda or take over your social platforms. Eventually, you will start to notice vehicles following you around. A select group of vehicles will start to show up at every location you visit. While all this is happening, you'll be surrounded by people to constantly condition you for fear. These people, in most cases, will be the closest people to you: families, friends, and loved ones. You will suddenly start to notice a high rate of conversation about negative activities with these people, like vehicle accidents, medical accidents, and so on. These conversations, for some reasons, will be happening at an exceedingly high rate, as if these people have been assigned to search for these negative information and bring them to you. At the same time, you will start to notice a high rate of accident attempts on your life, vehicle and motorcycle accidents in most cases. Now, the attacker's goal with these activities is to silence the target and keep them trapped in the state of fear. And the more you resist the attack, the more intense it becomes. So the attacker at some point will start to show you that these are intentional activities. You may start to notice multiple accident attempts on your life as you walk along the road. And at this point, it's going to be done in a way to clearly show you that it's premeditated. In the midst of all this, the attacker will surround you with wounded and disabled people from previous accidents. So you may start to see more and more wounded and disabled people as you go about your normal business. Those aren't coincidences. They're being projected onto you. You may also start to notice strange vehicles parked around your home or somewhere in your neighborhood to keep watch on you. Other activities you may start to notice are random accident activities. Sometimes these accidents will occur in your presence. Other times you may just randomly bump into accident scenes. The important thing is to observe the rate at which they're happening. If they're happening at an abnormally high rate, then they're being projected onto you. You may also start to notice an increased number of siren activities around you. These may be coming from government vehicles or ambulances. This is the attacker's strategy to constantly create a sense of emergency around the target. Now, there are many other activities that the attacker will be using to create and maintain this illusion around the target. And these activities are going to be different in different situations. The longer you resist the attack, the more the false matrix reveals itself to you. While the attacker is performing all these sinister activities around you, They're also using other strategies like food poisoning to damage your physical health. They're using black magic and other forms of occult practices to damage your mental health. At the same time, there's already an active smear campaign going on behind the scenes. A smear campaign is an attack strategy that employs large sums of money and high level deception to damage the character of the target by spreading lies about them. A typical smear campaign strategy could include multiple lies being told about the target to tarnish their reputation. A very common example of this in gang stalking will be using money and deception to deceive the public to believe that the target is mentally unstable and is a homosexual. And by the way, let me just clarify that I have absolutely nothing against homosexuals. I firmly support that every human has the right to independently choose their style of life. I'm just telling my story here. At this point, rumors about you being mentally unstable have already taken over your community. Your health is declining rapidly due to food poisoning and other forms of energy attack. So you can't go back to tell people about the things that are happening in your life. Because in this condition, telling people that you're being followed around by strange vehicles and mad people that they cannot see is a sure way to confirm to them that you're going mad. You may try to report the situation to the rightful authorities, maybe the police or some other security agencies. But again, it's not going to take long for you to realize that these authorities have been weaponized against you because you will start to notice police officers following you around. You may even start to notice police vehicles, immigration vehicles, or even army vehicles following you around town. Now, these activities are going to vary significantly in different situations. The important thing is to develop your abilities to read the patterns. If they keep repeating themselves over and over again, they're being projected onto you. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Most of the people that are performing these activities are totally unaware that they're doing it. These are humans that are of a lower intelligence that are being used by the fallen angels to gang stalk you. This is how the attacker creates and maintains this fear-based illusion around the target in a gang stalking attack.